Hello guys, this is Homero again. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Today I'm going to show you how to do a cell phone case. We're going to use Tinkercad as our main 3D design software, and then we're going to move on and actually take the part or that design that you're going to make and do a 3D part using a slicer software, and I'll explain to you a little later what I mean by a slicer software. So today the only thing you're going to need is a tape measure, very old school tape measure. I would recommend using calipers. For now, I'm gonna go the old school, and then if you don't know what a caliper is, go to Google. I'm sure you know how to search. You can use Google pretty good. So go search for calipers, and then that way you know what I mean by using calipers instead of a tape measure. So I just use a tape measure because this is something most people will have just laying around their house. Calipers is a little bit more of an advanced tool to measure, a little bit more accurate. Well, not a little bit, it's a lot more accurate than just a tape measure. So basically we're going to learn how to use a cell phone case. Here's my case that I use in my cell phone right here. We're gonna design this something very similar, and also 3D print it. So just so that you can see what you can actually do with the 3D design software and a 3D printer. So let's get to it. Let's open up Tinkercad. Basically I already have it open. Go and create your new design. Make sure that you look my videos, previous videos, so yeah, that way you can actually log in into your own account and start designing. First of all, so while these are the controls for the software, you can start playing around with it in your own time. The only thing we're gonna do right now, just to begin, we gotta make sure that what's the main shape for this cell phone, basically, so that you can actually make your own case. It's a rectangle, right? So you want to go here, drag one of the boxes of the main shapes. There's if you click on this menu, there's going to be a lot more different examples, but for now we're just going to go to the basic shapes, click and drag an image, an object. And what you're gonna do is measure your cell phone. I'm gonna use my tape measure. Measure the height of the cell phone and also the width of the cell phone. So mine says it's 6 inches by 2 inches and 7/8. So let's go to this. Click right in here, and right now you're gonna see a little bit more options that you can start changing. So this one we're gonna change it. Before we do that, sorry, we're gonna go and change the edit grid because we're doing inches. Change it to inches. Upgrade the grid. So say upgrade, and now everything is changed to an inch. In the United States we use inches. In the rest of the world basically use metric, which I like to use a lot as well, but for now we're gonna use inches. So let's change this numbers. Remember, we measure the device, so we're gonna change this one to 6 inches. Type 6, and this is just my cell phone, not yours. So if you want to change your own, just change your own numbers. Here it was so for example, this software doesn't do fractions, so let's just do it here real quick with the calculator. 7/8, so 7/8 is 0.875. So you want to type 2.875, and bam, there you go. So now we're gonna see. So as you can see here in this case, you gotta make sure that in this area you can fit your cell phone. So you gotta see how thick you're gonna make your case. In this case, I'm just gonna measure it real quick. Actually, my phone, and it says that it's about 1 inch and 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to change that height of that thickness to 3/8. In fractions, in decimal numbers are 0.375. Enter, and there you go. That's your basic shape. That's the basic shape that you're gonna do. The only thing is that you gotta make sure that your cell phone fits inside this cavity here. We call it cavity. Well, what you gotta do is you're gonna make your case a little bigger than your cell phone. Basically, this red shape, I'm gonna go here to this window. The shape represents the size of your phone. So you're gonna make sure that your case is bigger so that you can actually fit the cell phone in your case. So we are going to increase it by, let's just give it a number. Let's just give it 1/16 of an inch clearance around your cavity. So 1/16 of an inch, two sides, that's 1/8. So what's 1/8 in decimal points? So 1/8, so you are going to change this to 0. 1 divided by 8. I know that already, but I'll just show you. It's 0.125. So we're going to increase that in our measurements. So in all the measurements are going to be bigger. So here for the 6, we're going to include 6.125. Enter. In this one, we're going to be 275. So 2.875. Let's do the math here. Plus 2.875. That's going to be 3 inches. So 3. I'm sorry. Again. And the height, we're going to go and change it to. I'm going to increase it by 1/8. Let's do clear 0.3. I know people can do this in their head, but I'm nervous here. So plus 0.125 and hit enter. That is 1/2 inch. So 0.5. There you go. So now we're gonna make sure that all these edges or these corners are round and nice, right? You don't want to have a sharp case that is not gonna work or it's not gonna feel nice. So when you grab the case, it's not sharp from the edges, right? You can see here, these edges or these 90 degrees intersections, they are very smooth. So change it to, they are called radius. If you don't know what radius is, go Google it or just follow my video. Change it, make it a little bigger. As you can see here in these corners, they get smooth as you make them bigger. They get sharper as you get them smaller. So we're just gonna go something that looks smooth. Let's go and rotate. Use your mouse to rotate it. For now, we're just gonna use. Let's use that for now. 0.03. Maybe a little bigger, like that. Okay, so now that's our overall shape. That's this perimeter right in here, and how thick this thing is. So we need to make a hole. This hole right here. So to do that, we are going to make another box. I'm gonna move this one a little bit out of the way. I'm going to the gray edit. Right now my base is getting a little small, so I'm just gonna go and change the width and the length to 10 inches. Doesn't wanna work. It's gonna work again, so let's just do 10 by 10, and bam, see, it changes. So now we're going to go and let's just do use one of these commands here. Left click and copy. Here you can just hover over your mouse. It's going to show you what these things do. It's very basic. So click, copy, paste, and bam, you have another copy of your design. So the only thing we're gonna go is here in the solid, change the color to something different just so that you can see it. We are going to basically delete or remove the this cavity so that you can fit your phone inside your case. So we are going to make it let's go and now reduce the 1/8 that we increased to the red shape. I'm going backwards, you can do it either way. So click here. Remember we knew that this one was 6, so we're just going to go back to 6. And this one we knew it was 2.875 if I remember correctly. And this one was 3/8. Oh, sorry. 0.375. And bam. The only thing we want to do, we want to cut the blue, sorry, the green from the red. What I mean by that is we're going to go and take this thing, use the top view, take it out of the way, move this one to the center. We're going to use another command called alignment, because you want to make sure that your parts are actually center, so you're not in some random space. So what we're going to do is click and hold and then grab. It's going to select both parts, and you're going to go to this option which says align. What you want to do is take your parts and align them. So on this one, we're just going to click on this one. Now the green is in the center with the red, but we want to make sure that the green is actually showing on top. So to do that, we are going to select this little circle, and bam, you can see it right in there. The only thing, see how the green is on the edge and here you have more material? Well, we are going to do that again. So select, align, and this one right here is going to put it right in the center. Bam. Now the other thing you gotta do is there's this command. You gotta select the green, because the green is the one that we're gonna remove from your cavity. This feature is called hole. You're gonna make a hole in your case. And now we are going to do something very tricky. So see how this thing changes from colors? Select it again. This hole, we can go back to solid. We're gonna make a hole. The way you do that, select the whole thing, and here this, where it says group, is gonna combine the two objects and create a solid. Sorry, create a hole, like it says. And see right in there? Bam! There is your nicely done hole right in there. So right, that cavity right there, oh, I'm sorry, that's where you're gonna put your cell phone. There you go. See that space right there? That's where this guy is gonna go into. A lot of people are gonna be like, well, there's a lot more details. Yes, there's tons of details that you gotta make sure in order for you to make one of these, but I'm just giving you an idea of what you can actually do with the 3D design software and a 3D printer. So that way when you learn more about it, you can actually make something like this and maybe sell it, right? And there are many processes that you can do to actually make this thing happen. Not just 3D print. I use it mostly for prototyping, which basically I'm gonna make my own here in the back. These guys are my 3D printers. So let me change this and record again. I'm gonna select the home, basically centers my part to the middle of the screen. Another thing we're gonna do is let's make a hole for your speakers here, and also for your camera. All right, so select a box. For right now, we're just gonna select solid just so that we can see and change the color to maybe blue. Click here, select blue. All right, that's just for you to see a difference. So now we are going to use these little boxes here and stretch it. You can actually make it smaller, bigger. It's just up to you. We are going to use the boxes now instead of the numbers and make it smaller. We're just gonna leave it as 1/16. If you get your 1/8, you get your tape measure, you can kind of see that the space that you need in order for you to actually fit something in here. Right in there, you can probably already see it, but if you use it, I'm gonna give myself maybe it needs to be a little bigger. I'm gonna give myself 3/16 of an inch, just a little bigger, and then we can go here, clear to the calculator, 3/16. That's 0.1875. 0.1875. Bam, there you go. Now let's just make sure, bring this guy in the middle because we're gonna cut it eventually, and make it smaller. Bring it here. See, do you see how it actually goes outside the shape? Basically that's telling you that that thing is gonna, that's gonna cut something in the actual the red case. We're gonna lift it with this little arrow, pointy arrow, lift it up, and see how it is kind of like in the center. We're gonna use this view, which is called front. We're gonna hide these things for now. Move your case so that it is kind of like in the center. So right now you can kind of see it right in there, kind of transparent in there. Basically that blue box, that means that it's gonna make a cut on your object. The way you do it again, right now it just happens to be that it fell right in there, right where I wanted it. Basically we're trying to do something like this holes, right? I'm just gonna make something very simple so that you want to explore the different shapes here and the different little details. You can do that, but for now we're gonna do something very simple. So I want to create some radiuses as well. Never mind, not doing that. I'm just gonna cut it. So to cut it, we're gonna go select hole, zoom out, select the whole thing, and group. Bam, there you go. There is your slot for your cables, your any other features that you have for your cell phone here underneath, the speaker, the headphones, any of the options that it has. We're gonna make another one on top, actually on the sides, basically the same concept. Grab your box, move this thing out of the way because now it's getting annoying. Make your box smaller. We said 3/16, 0.1875. Bring it in here, right? And now use your right view right here. Click, drag, kind of just move your object, your model around until you have. I'm gonna move it out of the way because it's on my way. Move it here. Zoom in because this is being a little. Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna move you right in there. There you go. See right there? That's gonna be for our volume. We're gonna make it a little bigger, stretch it, just so that you can have access to your volume buttons in your cell phone, right? That's the point. You're making holes for all these features right in here. So now we're gonna click hole, zoom out, select all, and group. And bam, there you go. Now we're gonna make a few more holes for the camera. And remember, all these features, these little buttons that you have in here, they have a certain distance, right? They're not just randomly there. So you gotta make sure that you use your tape measure. For something like this, highly recommend calipers. These things are placed very precise, so you're gonna make sure that when you're making your own, these things, when you actually 3D print them, fall right in where you want them. For example, here, right? It's very detailed work. For now, we're just gonna do a basic work. So we're going to make the hole for the camera. Again, we're gonna look it from the top, just because we can make a hole. For now, let's use your tape measure. Basically, you're looking at from the front. Your tape measure, get it from here, and your camera is from the top, about an inch. So we're gonna make an inch. We're gonna make a hole about an inch away from this edge. No, sorry, this edge right here. So again, now we're gonna make a cylinder. Let's see, we have something else, something cool. I guess the cylinder is a cool one. Well, drag and drop, right? Move this away just because you don't have any more. Out of the way, sorry. We're gonna make it kind of like a little oval shape, and we're gonna make it smaller. And now you're gonna click here and make this guy a little smaller. Basically what you're trying to cut is cut through the whole thing, so that way you can actually have a hole right here, right? You have holes here. They have to actually go through the case. Grab it. See how now it's like, if you see it from the top, it's gonna cut through everything. So you want to make it a little smaller in the center, and kind of just place your your phone right in here. These squares right here, they represent an inch. So from here to here is 1 inch, from here to here is another inch. So remember we said we have to be close to an inch down for the camera to actually work. Well, we are going to place this line relative close to that line. So if we are actually measuring from here to here is 1 inch, from here somewhere in here it's going to be an inch. Bam, there you go. So now you want to cut. Make sure that either you want to achieve something like that look, right? See how it changes colors? If you can't see that, select the part and use this arrow and drag it down. And you can make your part a little taller or a little smaller. But for now you can see there's gonna be a hole that's gonna go through the whole part. So that's basically it. That's your hole for your camera. And the only thing you gotta do, click on your oval shape, select the hole feature, select the whole thing, and bam, you have a hole right in there. There you go. So now let's go to the home view, top view, zoom out, bring it in here, and there you have it. There is your case. Very basic case, right? You can go super pro where you can add all these features in here. That will be for a more advanced video, you know, adding carbon fiber details like the ones I have here, maybe letters, you know, like in this one, buttons like this ones. They're not cuts, they're actually a little thicker. You can see it right in there, maybe not. Well, or you can make a hole, right? So if we measure everything correctly, we're gonna be able to put my cell phone inside here. And obviously there's a lot more things to know. So I'm gonna show you how to save this design. I'm gonna change the name. You just gotta click here once, change it, cell phone case 2020, enter, and there you have it. Now you're gonna go and export it. There are these other options here: export, import, export, and send to. We're gonna do the export. So the 3D software that we have, it can only read, well, it can read multiple things, but we're gonna download a file called STLs. That's the file that it can actually read the 3D program to do to use the 3D printers. So export. Here you can see the different objects, the different files that you can download. I'm gonna use STL. You have laser cutting here. That will be another video that I'll be making, so that way you can also do your laser cutting parts or designs. So STL is gonna download it. So you click STL, download. Now you're gonna take it. For now, let's just go to my desktop. And let's create a folder. I'm just gonna say Tinkercad designs, enter, save it in here, save. So now you have your phone case ready to be printed. However, there are many more things that you gotta do to actually 3D print your part. So now we're gonna go and download, well, actually I have it downloaded already, but you can search for this software and download it yourself. So we're gonna go here. There's this software called Cura. Actually, I wasn't ready for this, but I'm gonna prepare it for you right now on the fly. This is a live video. I'm not preparing anything. Hopefully in the future I can become more pro. So I'm just gonna select this thing that actually I'm gonna show you real quick. See this base right in here, right? I did this one in a different software. I'm just gonna show you something real quick, real fast. See right in here? This is what we call SolidWorks. Bam! See? This thing you can actually make a lot more cooler things than Tinkercad, but this is a little bit more advanced software. But I just thought I'll show it to you so that way you can see what things you can do with this software. And for the more advanced students or people out there. So now as you can see the part here in the software, and the camera, I'm going to point it out to right in here. So the part that you see on the screen is this one right in there, right? It's getting 3D printed as we are making the video, which is pretty cool because I can have my machine working and I can be doing something else. So but for now we're gonna delete it, and we're going to hopefully make this window a little smaller because it is annoying. Okay, so there's a lot more things going on here, not just the software. It doesn't just download by itself. There's a lot more details that you got to learn how to use the software. But for now I'm gonna pretend that you already download the software or have a 3D printer. So we're going to this is your interface for the software. We're gonna go and open up the software, the file that we save, right? There's this icon here that has a folder. You can go to File and Open, right? Open Files. We're gonna go open here. Go to your desktop. Select the folder that you just saved your design. Tinkercad Designs Cell Phone Case 2020. Find the file and select the part. Open it up, and there you have it, guys. That's your cell phone case. You're gonna be able to print this guy using different materials that I'll show you how to do that. But as you can see, this thing is ready to go. There are a lot more details that you can do with this software. You can select the part and see here. You can move the part, right? This is your 3D printed software. This is something else, right? Another option here. You can make it smaller, bigger. Bam. For now, we're just gonna go 100%. That means the original size of the software, of the part that you designed with Tinkercad. This one, basically what it does, it rotates different angles, different orientations. Here, I'm just gonna rotate. I'm gonna rotate here 90 degrees. This one also has these little icons down here that you can say, okay, I want to see it from the front view, top view, side view, right view. But for now, we're just gonna use top view. And I'm gonna move it a little bit more with the mouse, with the little wheel in your mouse. Just press, select and hold, and it just moves your work area around. So I'm gonna rotate this 90 degrees. Basically, we're looking at it this way. That's the way you're looking at it in the screen. There are more options here that you can play around with. This is a software, it's free software. So you can go to Google, Ultimaker Cura, and this is the software that you're gonna, for me, I'm gonna use this one because I'm very familiarized with this one. There are other softwares that I have also in here. This is I don't even know how to say this word, it's Quiddy something. This is another software that you can use for 3D print. For now, I'm just gonna hide it and use this one. The other thing that you gotta do with a 3D printer, this is a little bit more advanced, guys. So I'm just gonna show you the feature that it has, and then after that, I'll show you more settings that you can play around and change. For now, we're going to go to basic, and I'm going to basically make everything default. Here, quality, I'm not gonna go into details, but this one, for now, to be very basic, very specific, we're gonna go and do their preloaded profiles. I'll explain to you what a profile is later in a different video. The smaller the number, the better resolution that you're gonna get. The bigger the number, I guess the worse resolution you're gonna get. And I do have an example which I'm gonna show you here in the slide. Hold on. There you go, took my time. So here is a cool thing that I did with a 3D printer. It's a dinosaur head. Well, that wasn't very good. Well, I broke it right there, but you can make something like this. Here's another example, another little base that I did, right? So that's just one of millions of things that you can do Depends on how how many things you want to do. So these are your settings for the slicer for the 3D printer. So once you have your design ready, once you have your settings ready for the Ultimaker Cura, you're gonna need a 3D printer. Yay! Well, to do that, there are many 3D printers out there. I want to show you something real quick here. We're gonna go to Amazon. I'm gonna make this. Hopefully they can endorse my video. For some reason, Amazon shows in French. Change it. Ugh. Com. There you go. Search just general 3D printers. And my internet is very slow. So here, scroll down. You're gonna see tons of them. The one I have is Creality Ender 3 Pro. And the reason why is because you see the price right there. That's why I have it. And also the quality, right? It prints really nice stuff, right? There's a lot of things going on in 3D printers that just, you can't achieve the same quality for the same price. On this one, it's very affordable, and hopefully Creality, they can also give me some, you know what I mean, right? For doing their little commercial here. But that's one thing that you can get. The other one that I have is the Quiditech. This one is actually my friend's that I haven't returned yet. The one right in here, right there, the big one, the fat one. Well, that one can 3D print a lot more different things than the Creality. Basically, these are the 3D printers. This is your program. Right now, very basic things. I'm not gonna change anything. I'm gonna leave everything to default. The material that we're gonna use is called PLA. And I'm fighting over here with my cable. And this is the material, right? I have white material here. This is called PLA. PLA, you can't even see it. There, you can see me. Here's another one. This is a black filament. This one is PTEG. This is another one that I've used so far. All these have different settings that you can print. So let's just get to it. We're gonna 3D print this case, and we're gonna follow up with the power of and the magic of the internet and slice it. Slicing means basically, I'm not sure you can actually tell. This guy right in here has little lines. Basically, the computer is gonna slice it into tiny little lines and actually show you a preview of what it looks like when it's actually 3D printing in here. Right? In here, you can see tiny little lines in here. Those are the what I was talking to you, the profile lines. If you scroll down here on this little circle, you can drag down and basically see how it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Well, that's basically each little layer that the printer does to actually print. So like in your regular printers, the ones that you have at home, they only do one line. Let me get super close here. I'm gonna change it to 31. See how it moves? Wow. Well, that's gonna do it a lot of times. And this one, for example, is going to take about how much time? Does it say? It usually says this one. Let me hide this thing. 4 hours. It's gonna take 4 hours to 3D print this case. For now, we're gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna zoom out, show you kind of like the overall product of your case. And in the next few minutes, we are going to show you what it looks like. Now let's see, apparently the 3D printer just finished. It took about 4 hours to complete the cell phone case. So let's look at it. There you have it. There is the final product. That's the 3D case, 3D printed case that we designed in Tinkercad. And using our 3D printer, we were able to finalize the design. So now let's go check it out. Here you have it. There you go. This is the print. As you can see, it has a slot for your camera. It has another slot for your power or volume, and then also has another slot for your charger. So here's my cell phone, here's the case. We're going to put it on now and see how well it fits. Here's the phone, here's the case. I'm gonna put it on here. There you have it. There it is. It fits right in. Here's your slot. Here's your camera. It's a little off, but you guys get the point. This is what you can create with the 3D printer using Tinkercad. Once again, thank you for watching my videos. If there's anything you guys want me to show you, I'll be glad to do that. Leave your comment, give me a like in the video if you liked it, and see you guys in the next video. All right, thanks, bye.